Good afternoon. I have to say it is wonderful to see so many people here today, here interested in mobile and agriculture. I think as Chris said a few years ago, it was just starting to emerge as a kind of new developing area. Mobile operators were starting to see rural growth as an area that they wanted to go into. The agricultural institutes were starting to recognise that many farmers now had a mobile phone. And I think now what we're really seeing is that both these industries are really starting to understand what innovation is out there. And I think we've seen that today with the panel speakers here, and also many familiar faces out there in the audience who I know have many, many great products that are starting to come out there in the market. Just from the GSMA's perspective, we have been working in this area, as Jason said, for a few years now. And we've always been looking at this area coming from the point of, is there value that can be created for farmers? Is there valuable services, valuable information, or other services that can be provided to farmers through the mobile channel, but at the same time being a commercial and sustainable model for mobile operators to invest in these services and develop them to become scaled products. I think a couple of really interesting points from me from the speakers. The first was IKSL, Nokia Life Tools, and Isoko really talking about some of the evidence that they have had over the last few years, talking about the value of their products to farmers and the way that farmers are being able to act on this information and then ultimately being able to improve their incomes or their productivity. I think the other really interesting point from Mark at a ranch, really interesting, 2/3 of their potential customer base in sub-Saharan Africa comes from the agricultural sector. So there's a clear opportunity here to create services for this sector, and one where these farmers can potentially get a return on their investment by buying these services, and what we are hoping to ultimately uplift their income.